Man, how powerful is that the fact that I could see that being very pricey as a standalone product. And again, back to the whole all-in-one type of feature for a platform. Very, very powerful. Now, let's talk about just actual application. Is there any instances that you see lately where, and from your perspective, that this really is affecting day-to-day operations, where it's a game changer for someone trying to manage people, their culture, workflow across time zone? Is there anything recently that you can share experience with us?
With Rome?
Yeah, with Rome.
Yeah, of course. I can actually give you a great sort of internal story. We are a global company as far as our customers go. As of, I would say, a couple weeks ago, or up until a couple weeks ago, we were all primarily based on the East Coast of the US. Now, one of the nice things about Rome is you are not geographically limited from hiring new talent and people all over the place. So we actually hired somebody who's based in Dubai. She's a rock star. She went to college on the West Coast in California, but she has now moved back to Dubai, which is where she's from. And she's now been able to basically assume a go to market role in the Dubai time zone, which allows us to pull in way more prospects and opportunities. And it's all possible because of Rome, right? We're not commuting to a physical location. She signs in every day. Our hours do overlap. So in my morning, her evening, we're able to touch base. We're able to cover things that she may have had during the day. And it's not just a red dot or a green dot that says, oh, Garima's in the active. It's when I see her in the office, I know she's there. And same thing with us, right? So she's able to easily immerse herself in the team. She's part of all our meetings. She's able to knock on my door if she has questions, right? She's not scheduling things with me for later in the day or I guess tomorrow, her time. It enabled us to attract talent that isn't centralized to one specific location. So that's just one use case, and that's how we're using it. In the productivity mindset, there aren't many apps that allow you to have ad hoc meetings at moment's notice, right? Things that just are conversations that weren't scheduled, but they are pressing or are better served in a 5-minute forum than a 30-minute meeting with 5 other people that don't need to be there. The meeting after the meeting is a great example of this. In an office culture where you are going to an office and you all have, or you and your team have a formalized meeting, maybe it's a team meeting that you do every day or every week. A lot of things get discussed. Usually action items are divvied out, right? Jake, can you do this? John, can you do that? Maybe the two of you need to team up, whatever. After that meeting ends, a lot of discussion actually takes place as you walk back to your desk, right? The meeting after the meeting is really just me and you chit-chatting as we go back to our seats. Maybe we hang out in the elevator bank for a little bit and actually try to formulate a plan. That whole interaction, that elevator bank meeting is now being scheduled by people and teams for tomorrow or later on in the week with, as I mentioned, people that don't necessarily need to be there, right? So we just sped up the timeline by 3 days, 4 days, whatever it may be, and even freed up your calendar just by giving you the ability to see Jake on the call and then see him go back to his office and knock on his door and quickly just touch base on things, right? I almost forget what it's like to not have that ability because I've been doing it for so long at this point, where if you're in a web conference world like a Zoom or Slack, not Slack, Teams or Google Meet, I talk to you like I'm talking to you right now, but I close out of this meeting and boom, I'm back in my kitchen. I'm by myself. And now to get you back on a call is an effort. I got to look at your calendar. I got to send you a link. I got to look at your email or whatever chat messenger we're using. You may read it, you may not. It's just not the same. And Rome unlocks that ability to have that interaction in a seamless way that is not filled with friction or calendar restrictions or anything like that.
I do like the feature where you're actually in a meeting and whoever you sit next to matters, because you actually can just whisper and say something while a meeting is going on and doesn't affect anybody else. How creative is that? Um, and I really enjoyed that because sidebar conversations, right? Also, the creativity of the emojis, the how people can be interactive in the meetings was really, I think, something we enjoyed for our staff. And then there's even like a game room. Kind of explain that.
Yeah. On top of all the function that we're talking about here, at the end of the day, work should be fun. as well. You should enjoy what you do. You should enjoy the team you're working with. It just will make everything work better for you in a general sense. And Rome does a very good job of eloquently allowing you to not only interact with your teammates, but have a little fun doing so, but also give you the opportunity to showcase your personality. So, a couple of things you mentioned, emojis, as we call them, they're basically sound initiated emoji reactions on calls. I can do things like high five you when you walk in the room and fist bump, stuff like that. Again, maybe not something that's going to get you to sign up right away, but once you start using them, you're like, this is cool. And I appreciate it being in the software, right? The game room is a specific type of room in Rome that's going to allow you to pop in and pick from a library of games that you can play with, either single player or multiplayer with your colleagues. Our whole vision there is teams that play together, win together. It's also fun to have some little mental breaks throughout the day, right? Pop in, play a quick game for 5 minutes, go back to your seat. The shelf on your private office, that allows you to show items of importance to you, either personally or professionally. Things like awards, books, photos, video. You can get to know somebody within 5 minutes of being in their private office, taking a look at their shelf, more so than you would 5 years on your standard video conferencing call, right? Things that don't normally come up. For example, you mentioned I was a Yankee fan, right? Earlier. How did you know that? You came into my office, we had a discussion, you saw the Yankees sign, or logo, I should say, and we had a quick, brief discussion about it. You made a little sarcastic joke. We moved on. But these are personal interactions, right? It doesn't always have to be about data and spreadsheets and metrics and KPI. I'm working with you all day long. Like, I should feel like I know you.